The North Fayette Valley Tiger Hawks had a close game, but they pulled it out last Friday night against the Union Knights and winning 27-21. We're with head coach Justin Heins. And coach, normally you don't plan on getting down two scores in a game, but for the first time, your kids had to show some big time resiliency, and they were able to do that and pull out a victory last Friday night. How were they able to do that?
Just they gave up some big plays the first half, a 92-yard touchdown pass on 3rd and long. We gave up, and then we fumbled one inside of our 10. So they really only drove the ball on us once. We were having trouble with their D linemen getting upfield, and we're just kind of catching them and kind of feeling them out instead of coming out of our stance and, coming off the ball. So just kind of challenged them at halftime, and, we need to take it to them instead of letting them come to us. And defense played really well second half, and offense got some things going, and got a little crazy at the end. Block punt, fumbled it back to them. They fumbled it back to us, kicked down inside the 10, bunch of different things. But like you said, really proud of our team's resiliency, and I'm really proud of the way they came back second half.
Knowing the fact you got the postseason coming up after this week, and knowing the fact postseason games are usually tighter than a lot of your regular season games, was it good to go through an experience last Friday night as you get ready for that second season?
Oh, for sure. Just the fact of being down and knowing that these guys, they now know that they can fight through that and come back, from it. And once you're down by 2 scores, it's not, the game's not over. So I think just having that experience in the back of their heads will pay dividends down the road.
And I know you're a defense that shut out quite a few opponents and has limited their opponents quite some bit. You mentioned they didn't drive on you a lot, but they were able to put up a lot of points on the board. What was the mentality of at halftime of your defense, and how much confidence did your defense as a whole have to say, hey, if we do our jobs, we're going to win this football game?
Yeah, and they were just, they were, I wouldn't say catching too, but just kind of just getting after guys, to do their job, do their part of the defense, and, get our ends rushing and our D-line, coming up field and doing those things, and just getting our DBs to, play where they need to play and keep their eyes where they need to keep them. And after that, and then we got a shutout in the second half. So that was nice to see.
And 15 tackles for a loss from your defense as well. That's a pretty good number.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We held most of their run game in check, other than they did some nice things with their quarterback, who's a really good player. But yeah, when they tried some other stuff, a lot of sweep plays, we did a really good job fighting over the top of. And I always tell them that, to me, that's kind of an play. And so that's really good to see.
And overall, Caleb White, a very good night on both sides of the ball, 143 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, threw a touchdown pass, and 11 tackles on defense, including 8 of them solos. What made Caleb so effective on both sides of the ball last Friday night?
For sure. Offensively, it's nice. We've kind of had a different running back step up, lately. Blake Reister had one big game there against Waller, and then it was Taylor Luzum to step up against Jessup, and now Caleb had a big game defensively, just the kind of things that they like to do in space, and Caleb's really good out there to make those plays. So, yeah, he had a big night.
And Owine, the team that's coming to town this Friday night, what do you expect out of the Huskies?
They're struggling right now, find themselves on offense, but obviously a big game for us with Coach Late being down there, and big game for them to end their season here, on an up note. And so we got a bunch of guys played last year when we had kind of COVID hit us on the day of the game. So they kind of took it to us second half. So we got kind of that in the back of our head too. So hopefully the guys play with a little bit of chip on their shoulder.
And knowing the fact that you did clinch that postseason berth last week, does that change your approach to this week, or is it necessary to basically treat this like every other week to keep that consistency and that momentum going?
Right. I think with postseason coming next week, it's something you just got to keep, building. And with the way we played last week, we want to do some things, to drive into the postseason here. So we'll definitely get after it this week.
All right, Coach, keep your kids healthy. We wish the best of luck. Hopefully you can end the season in style on Friday night.
For sure. Thanks, Darren.
Justin Heins, head coach of the North Fayette Valley Tiger Hawks. They take on Owine Friday night.